connected to math, right? Whether it's the circumference of the earth, that is a number. Whether it is how much you paid for something or saved something, that's a number. And I know how children are paralyzed by the prospect of doing math, and there's so much fear about math, and I saw this as an opportunity to make math more fun and engaging. We drew up a list of topics, what kind of concepts, what were the basic concepts in math. I had never broken down math like that because I'm an engineer, so we've done like quite high level math. So to go back to the basics and say what is that actual, rip away the layers surrounding it, what is the core concept, that was an interesting exercise in itself. And then once we had identified through looking at various school curricula and pedagogical documents about which were the main concepts, we began to then pick which were perhaps more suitable to storytelling than others. Came up with these 4 different concepts, and then the idea was to try and find writers who could write these stories. And these writers would have to be technically qualified just for credibility. I mean, you can't have anyone and everyone writing a math book. Even if they're good storytellers, the technical stuff may not be entirely accurate. So you want someone with a hardcore background of that subject, with a deep understanding of the subject, who also has a way with children. All of them were natural storytellers, but there needed to be some tweaking in terms of the words used and the narratives employed and the technique, story writing technique involved. And for that, I think that's where my skills as an editor came in. And the treatment, I think, you just have to be very light when you're with your math concepts, not make it like a pressure thing, and you have to make sure the protagonists get it wrong. Sometimes you have to show that maybe one of them is better at it than the other in the beginning, but when it's explained to the other one who thinks he's not good at doing this, he or she, then it becomes sort of clear. So that, that's really a metaphor for the reader. That character is a metaphor for the reader who is intimidated by math. He sees that, even he was bad at math, but when it was explained, he got it. So, I should also be able to get it. Maybe why I've been scared of math so far is that it hasn't been explained to me this way. And now when I see it like this, okay, that's not bad. And make it a fictional story and then bring in the math very casually in it. So you have to be very clear that particular concept you're trying to teach, what are its real life applications in a child's world. And then introduce that and not bring in the math till the end pages where you're actually talking about the math. It's just a story, you're just piquing their curiosity, you're appealing to their intelligence, you're trying to make them use their natural gifts as human beings, which is an analytical way to see the world. You're trying to engage with those parts of their brain through a story, through a simply told story, which is a fun story by itself. And usually, as you know, they involve a lot of food, because I find that food is a great way to get through to kids. Everybody has to eat, everybody is excited by food. So using food as a device to teach math was a lot of fun. However, having said that, we did use, in the first set, we did 2 non-fiction math books. And non-fiction is also a great way to get a concept across, because sometimes you don't want to underestimate the reader's intelligence and try to force feed them a story when it's actually you're trying to teach a concept. So you'd rather respect your reader enough to say, yes, this is non-fiction, but I will tell you this non-fiction in such a fun way or an engaging way or in a simple way that you can grasp, that you will begin to see the big picture suddenly while you're reading simple non-fictions as well. Or you just write so engagingly in non-fiction, so that you bring your own aha moment when you first discovered this thing. If you can communicate that to the reader and bring that sense of wonder into your non-fiction writing, I think it can be communicated.